Good evening, everyone. The ability to stay calm in any situation starts with something simple, yet often overlooked: your breathing. When you feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your breath is the first thing that changes. It becomes shallow, rapid, and uncontrolled, signaling to your brain that you are in a state of distress. This is part of the body's natural fight or flight response, a survival mechanism designed to protect you from danger. But in today's world, this response often gets triggered by things that are not life-threatening: work pressure, disagreements, uncertainty, or unexpected challenges. The problem is that when you let your breath spiral out of control, your mind follows, your thinking becomes clouded, emotions take over, and you lose the ability to respond rationally. The good news is that this process works both ways. Just as stress affects your breathing, consciously controlling your breath can directly influence your state of mind. When you slow down your breath, you send a signal to your brain that there is no immediate danger. Your nervous system begins to shift from a state of fight or flight to one of relaxation and balance. Your heart rate stabilizes, your muscles loosen, and your thoughts become clearer. This is why learning to control your breath is one of the simplest, yet most powerful tools for staying calm under pressure. One of the most effective breathing techniques for calming the mind is diaphragmatic breathing, also known as deep belly breathing. This involves inhaling deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand rather than your chest, holding the breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth. This technique activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and relaxation. It's a practice used by top performers, athletes, military personnel, and mindfulness practitioners to maintain control in high-pressure situations. Another method is box breathing, a technique commonly used by Navy SEALs and high-stakes professionals. This involves inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and holding again for 4 seconds before repeating the cycle. The structured rhythm of this breathing pattern helps regulate emotions, increase focus, and bring a sense of stability, even in the most stressful moments. Beyond specific techniques, making intentional breathing a habit throughout the day can have lasting benefits. Many people go through life without ever paying attention to their breath. They operate in a constant state of shallow breathing, which keeps their nervous system in a low-level stress response. But those who take the time to practice deep, controlled breathing regularly build a foundation of calmness that carries into their daily interactions, decisions, and challenges. The beauty of breath control is that it is always available to you. No matter where you are or what situation you are facing, you can always return to your breath as an anchor. It doesn't require any special tools or conditions, just awareness and practice. With time, you train your mind to associate deep breathing with calmness, allowing you to maintain clarity and control in any circumstance. This simple shift can transform the way you handle stress, uncertainty, and pressure, making you more resilient and effective in every aspect of life. In a world that moves fast and demands immediate reactions, learning to pause before responding is a skill that sets strong, composed individuals apart from the rest. Most people are conditioned to react impulsively to situations. Someone says something offensive and they snap back. A problem arises and panic takes over. An unexpected challenge appears and frustration sets in before a solution is even considered. This knee-jerk reaction is the default setting for many, but it rarely leads to the best outcome. Training yourself to pause before reacting gives you a powerful advantage. It allows you to shift from reacting emotionally to responding thoughtfully. Pausing does not mean doing nothing. It means creating space between a stimulus and your response, allowing yourself to gain clarity before taking action. This moment of intentional stillness is where self-control, wisdom, and rational decision-making come into play. When you train yourself to pause, you stop letting external events dictate your emotions and instead take charge of your own reactions. You become less likely to say or do things you'll regret later, and you improve your ability to navigate conflicts, challenges, and high-pressure situations. One of the biggest benefits of pausing is that it allows you to assess the bigger picture. Many conflicts escalate not because of what actually happened, but because of how people reacted in the heat of the moment. A simple disagreement turns into an argument because neither party took a moment to breathe and think before speaking. A small mistake leads to unnecessary stress because someone immediately jumps to conclusions instead of calmly evaluating the situation. Pausing gives you a chance to step back, evaluate the facts, and choose your response with purpose rather than letting emotions take control. Developing this ability takes practice. One effective technique is to count to 3 or even 10 before responding when emotions are running high. This simple habit forces you to slow down and prevents impulsive reactions. Another approach is to take a slow, deep breath before speaking, which not only calms your nervous system, but also gives your brain a moment to process the situation logically. Another key aspect of training yourself to pause is practicing mindfulness. Being mindful means being fully present in the moment rather than operating on autopilot. When you cultivate mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions as they arise, which makes it easier to recognize when you are about to react impulsively. Instead of letting anger, frustration, or fear dictate your actions, you acknowledge those emotions, take a moment to understand them, and then respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals. The power of pausing extends far beyond handling stress or conflict. It enhances communication, strengthens relationships, and helps you make better decisions in all areas of life. It allows you to break free from old habits of reaction and instead become someone who moves with intention and control. The more you practice pausing, the more natural it becomes, and over time you develop a mindset that remains calm, composed, and thoughtful, no matter what challenges arise. The way you perceive challenges determines how you respond to them. For many, challenges trigger stress, frustration, and self-doubt. They see obstacles as roadblocks, setbacks as failures, and difficulties as reasons to give up. But the strongest, most resilient individuals train themselves to see challenges differently. Instead of viewing them as threats, they see them as opportunities for growth. They understand that every challenge carries a lesson, every setback holds potential, and every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, smarter, and better prepared for the future. Reframing challenges as opportunities doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is easy. It means shifting your mindset so that instead of feeling defeated, you become curious. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of focusing on what went wrong, you focus on what you can do next. This shift in thinking changes everything. It keeps you moving forward instead of getting stuck in negativity. It keeps you resilient instead of discouraged, and it helps you approach challenges with a sense of purpose rather than fear. One of the best ways to train your mind to reframe challenges is by looking at your past experiences. Think about a time when you faced a problem that seemed overwhelming at first. Maybe it was a tough project at work, a personal hardship, or a goal that felt impossible. In the moment, it might have felt like a major setback. But looking back, you can probably see how it helped you grow. Maybe it taught you a new skill, strengthened your character, or led you to an even better opportunity. When you reflect on past challenges, you begin to realize that many of the things that once seemed like obstacles actually played a crucial role in your personal and professional growth. Another way to develop this mindset is to embrace discomfort. Many people avoid challenges because they fear failure, rejection, or hardship. But the truth is, real growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone. Every successful person has faced difficulties, but what sets them apart is their ability to push through and find the lessons in the struggle. When you face a challenge, remind yourself that discomfort is a sign of growth. If something feels hard, it means you are stretching beyond your current limits, which is exactly how progress happens. It's also important to focus on solutions rather than problems. When you encounter a challenge, your initial reaction might be to dwell on how difficult it is or how unfair it feels. But that kind of thinking keeps you stuck. Instead, train yourself to ask, what's the next step? Even if the solution isn't immediately clear, shifting your focus to action keeps you in control. It prevents you from becoming overwhelmed, and instead, empowers you to move forward with confidence. Reframing challenges as opportunities is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make. It changes the way you experience difficulties, helps you stay calm under pressure, and allows you to keep growing no matter what obstacles come your way. When you see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you become unstoppable. Your environment has a profound impact on your mindset, emotions, and overall well-being. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, and the physical spaces you spend your time in all play a role in shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and reactions. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, doubt, and stress, it becomes difficult to maintain a calm and focused mind. On the other hand, if you intentionally create an environment that supports clarity, growth, and resilience, you naturally develop a mindset that stays steady even in difficult situations. One of the biggest influences on your mental state is the people around you. If you are surrounded by individuals who constantly complain, focus on problems instead of solutions, or feed into drama and negativity, you will absorb that energy, whether you realize it or not. Their fears, anxieties, and pessimism can become your own, making it harder to stay calm and maintain perspective when challenges arise. But when you surround yourself with people who encourage you, challenge you to grow, and remain composed under pressure, their mindset starts to influence yours. Their ability to stay steady and focused helps reinforce your own ability to do the same. Beyond people, the information and content you consume every day also shape your mindset. If you constantly expose yourself to negative news, social media drama, or fear-driven narratives, your mind will remain in a state of stress and reactivity. On the other hand, if you fill your mind with positive, educational, and inspiring content, you strengthen your ability to stay calm and focused. Reading books that expand your perspective, listening to podcasts that challenge your thinking, and engaging with content that encourages personal growth all contribute to building a more resilient and composed mindset. Your physical environment also plays a role in your mental clarity. Cluttered, chaotic, or overstimulating spaces can contribute to mental stress, making it harder to focus and remain calm. A clean, organized, and peaceful space, however, supports mental clarity and emotional stability. This is why many high-performing individuals prioritize creating environments that help them think clearly. Simple changes like reducing distractions, organizing your workspace, or incorporating elements of nature can have a significant impact on your ability to stay present and composed. Another important factor is your daily habits and routines. The way you start and end your day sets the tone for how you handle stress and challenges. If your mornings are rushed and chaotic, your mind will follow that pattern throughout the day. But if you create a routine that includes moments of stillness, reflection, or mindfulness, you develop a stronger sense of control over your emotions. Similarly, winding down at the end of the day with calming activities such as reading, journaling, or meditation helps reinforce a mindset that remains steady and resilient. Your environment is not just something you passively exist in, it is something you have the power to shape. By intentionally curating the people, content, spaces, and habits that surround you, you create a foundation for mental calmness and clarity. The stronger this foundation, the easier it becomes to stay calm, focused, and unshaken in every situation. Self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining a calm and composed mind. Without it, people often react to situations based on emotions, external pressures, or ingrained habits, rather than conscious choice. But when you develop self-awareness, you gain the ability to recognize your own thoughts, emotions, and triggers, which allows you to respond to life with greater clarity and intention. Instead of being controlled by frustration, fear, or anxiety, you learn to observe these feelings, understand them, and navigate them in a way that aligns with your values and goals. A major part of self-awareness is understanding your emotional triggers. Everyone has certain situations, words, or experiences that provoke an immediate reaction, whether it's anger, stress, or self-doubt. Without awareness, these reactions can feel automatic and uncontrollable. Someone says something critical, and before you know it, you're defensive. A small inconvenience happens and frustration builds instantly. But when you take the time to reflect on these patterns, you begin to recognize them in real time. You realize that your emotions are signals, not commands. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create space to process your feelings, choose your response, and stay calm even in moments of tension. Another aspect of self-awareness is recognizing negative thought patterns. Many people fall into cycles of self-doubt, overthinking, or worst-case scenario thinking without even realizing it. Their minds automatically jump to fear-based assumptions. I'm not good enough. This will never work. Or, what if everything goes wrong? These thoughts create unnecessary stress and anxiety, often based on nothing more than habit. By becoming aware of these patterns, you gain the power to challenge them. You begin to question whether these thoughts are actually true or if they are simply old narratives you've been conditioned to believe. With practice, you can replace them with more constructive, empowering perspectives that keep you calm and focused rather than anxious and overwhelmed. Self-awareness also helps you understand your energy levels and limits. Many people push themselves to exhaustion, saying yes to everything, overcommitting and neglecting their own well-being. This constant state of busyness leads to burnout, stress, and emotional volatility. When you are aware of your own limits, you recognize when you need to take a step back, recharge, and protect your mental well-being. You become more intentional about how you spend your time and energy, ensuring that you operate from a place of balance rather than constant pressure. Developing self-awareness is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong practice. Reflection, journaling, meditation, and simply taking moments throughout the day to check in with yourself all contribute to a deeper understanding of your own mind. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to pause before reacting, challenge negative thoughts, and navigate challenges with a sense of calm and confidence. When you truly understand yourself, your triggers, your patterns, and your needs, you gain a level of control over your mind that allows you to stay composed, focused, and resilient in every situation. Practicing patience and mindfulness is essential for maintaining a calm and steady mind in every situation. In a world that moves fast, where instant gratification is the norm, people often feel pressured to react quickly, make snap decisions, and expect immediate results. This constant urgency creates stress, anxiety, and frustration when things don't go as planned. However, when you cultivate patience and mindfulness, you develop the ability to slow down, observe situations with clarity, and respond with intention rather than impulse. This shift in mindset allows you to remain composed even when facing uncertainty, delays, or challenges. Patience is not just about waiting, it is about how you wait. It is the ability to remain calm and steady even when things are not happening on your timeline. People often get frustrated when they don't see immediate progress in their careers, relationships, or personal goals. They compare themselves to others, feel behind, and become discouraged. But the truth is, meaningful progress takes time. Every great achievement is built through consistent effort, discipline, and resilience. When you embrace patience, you stop expecting overnight success and start trusting the process. You learn to appreciate small steps forward, recognizing that each effort brings you closer to your goal. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment rather than being consumed by regrets of the past or worries about the future. Many people spend their days distracted, constantly thinking about what went wrong or what might happen next. This mental noise makes it difficult to stay calm and focused. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to anchor itself in the present. You learn to fully engage with what is happening right now, whether it's a conversation, a task, or simply a moment of stillness. This presence allows you to respond to challenges with greater clarity and perspective, rather than reacting out of fear or frustration. One of the best ways to cultivate patience and mindfulness is through conscious breathing. When faced with a stressful situation, the body's natural response is to tense up, the heart rate increases, and the mind starts racing. In these moments, taking slow, deep breaths helps regulate the nervous system and bring the mind back to a calm state. This simple practice creates space between an event and your reaction, allowing you to respond thoughtfully, instead of impulsively. Even in moments of pressure, a few deep breaths can shift your entire mindset and prevent emotions from taking control. Another way to build patience and mindfulness is by practicing gratitude. When people focus on what they lack or what isn't happening fast enough, they feel restless and dissatisfied. But when they shift their attention to what is already good in their lives, they develop a sense of contentment and peace. Gratitude helps reframe challenges, making it easier to see progress instead of obstacles. By regularly reflecting on what you are thankful for, you train your mind to focus on the present and appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. Patience and mindfulness are not just habits, they are skills that can be developed through daily practice. The more you train yourself to slow down, observe, and trust the process, the more naturally calm and resilient you become. In any situation, whether challenging or uncertain, these practices allow you to navigate with confidence, clarity, and inner peace.